everyone, welcome to this video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Liv. I am 21 years old and I am from Denmark, but currently I live in Bali and I'm traveling a little bit around the world. And this video is gonna be very business related because I'm gonna be sharing with you a course that I bought back in August 2023 that has totally been a game changer for me and my business, my SMMA in general. So of course, as you might know, back in March 2023, I started up my own SMMA social media marketing agency together with my partner, and since then we've basically been building the business. We have been getting some clients, we have improved our service delivery a little bit here and there and all of that stuff. And then in August we actually ended up buying a course by Charlie Morgan which is called EasyGrow, and the main theme of this course is basically on how to automate appointment acquisition, so how we never run out of appointments/meetings ever again. However, there is also a lot of other topics in the course too, which I'm gonna be telling you a lot more about in this video. So this video is basically gonna be a full honest review on my thoughts about this program and course and if I actually think it is worth it. So I really hope that when you are finished with watching this video, you feel a lot more clearer if this is a course for you and if it actually could be helpful for you as well. Okay, so first of all, in this program, as I mentioned, this is a program/course by Charlie Morgan. The course itself is called EasyGrow, and it's really all about SMMA, how to get more appointments, how to get more meetings. And I know that it also works pretty great for consultants and coaches and marketing agency owners. And I'm just gonna start out with saying that this is not really like a normal course. We all know that right now, especially, we're seeing a ton of different courses and online programs for $97 and you can get started, but none of them really works, and it's just pretty much all the same, and there's not really much difference to all of these different courses out there. So I hope that in this video I can share a lot more with you about what makes this course different and what's the good and less good things about this course. First of all, what is actually included in this course? This course includes a lot of different modules as well as live Q&As and live training, but I'm gonna get a lot more into that. The modules is covering a lot of different themes, such as how to get appointments, as I mentioned, is the main thing, but there's also modules like mindset, basic foundations on how to actually run a successful business, in this case either marketing agency, consultant business or coaching business. Then there is also a ton of different inbound strategies, outbound strategies, paid strategies, and also full modules totally dedicated to sales, so how to actually improve your sales skills and actually be able to close the appointments and meetings that you're getting. And lastly, there is also a really good module about service delivery, and I'm gonna go a little bit more into these different modules now. So first off, there is the mindset module and the foundations module, and these are probably the most important modules. Of course, really sets the foundation for your whole journey as a business owner and how you're gonna build your business, because well, if you don't have these foundations in place and your mindset in place, the whole journey is gonna be really tough for you. So for me and for my partner at least, these modules were so important, and I know that Charlie has also made some YouTube videos on these topics as well. Of course, they are not as in-depth as the videos in the course. However, they are really good, and we had actually watched a ton of those before, so we knew a lot about what his view on mindset was, which was actually quite helpful. So what I really feel like the foundations and mindset module has helped me to do is, right now I have gotten to a place where I feel it's a lot more common for me now to feel a lot more calm and confident in my journey. So as an example, in October I had a really kind of bad month, so to say. I basically had 36 sales calls where I didn't close one of them, and it was really starting to get frustrating, as you might imagine. And this is actually something that I got so much help with by this program, and I'm gonna get a little bit more into that when I'm talking about the sales module. But the most important thing was probably the mindset and the foundations that I have gotten from the previous modules to really make sure that if I get into a situation like this again, I know exactly how to handle it, and I know exactly how to feel about it. I know that I shouldn't get frustrated, I know I shouldn't change a whole ton of strategies because I'm not closing enough deals. I have to let things take time, and this is something I can probably speak about for a really long time, and I'm not gonna do that in this video because then it's gonna be really, really long. So just to say that the foundations and mindset modules are so important. I know a lot of people also think that they're probably a little bit boring, but it's so important, so it's all worth it. Then let's move on to the outbound strategy. So this is basically strategies on how to book appointments / meetings for yourself to make sure that you hopefully can get more clients. So the outbound strategies includes so many different types of strategies that you can use to make sure you book more meetings. Some things that we are currently leveraging: DM sorcery and email, and we are also looking a bit into cold calling right now actually, so that is probably something I'm gonna make a video on later on when I know a little bit more about it. Then there is of course inbound strategies, which is also really interesting, and it is also something that me and my partner are building right now. And the inbound is of course something that's a lot slower, but there is so many strategies in EasyGrow for inbound. So there's a ton of different ideas on how we can actually build up some really, really great systems that is gonna make sure that we can book meetings inbound every single week, more or less on autopilot. And bear in mind that both the inbound and outbound strategies are meant to eventually be outsourced, automated, so you don't have to do all of this yourself, which is quite cool, of course. All in all, I really feel like the whole presentation and delivery of the course and the program is pretty easy to navigate in. It's pretty easy to understand, and still it's really, really valuable. If I get any questions or anything like that, I can always bring it to the calls, the live Q&A calls or whatever, and get it answered. So there is really not any confusion. I feel everything is quite clear. I actually have bought a course before, not anything like this though. This is very, very different from most other courses, but I have bought another course before, which was like a really cheap course, and more for like beginners, and it was okay, but it was not really in depth. I feel like everything that other course was a lot more overall, and it was something that maybe I could have said myself, and it was something I could have searched up on YouTube. And you might feel like, yeah, but we can search everything up on YouTube at these times, but I would say the things that you can get in this course, you can't find it anywhere on YouTube, because most people are kind of really vague when they're explaining how to do certain things and stuff like that, and they're also just copying what other people are doing, versus this course is really, really original, and easily feel that this is their knowledge and this is actually what have worked for them when they had their own agency. So just to explain a bit more, the course is by Charlie Morgan and his partner Bo, and both of them has run an agency before and has gotten really great success with it and all of that stuff. So most of the strategies that they teach is also strategies that they have actually used themselves in their own agency over and over again, and it's strategies they have actually made. A lot of them are. So that is just to say it's really original, and it's not just something that you find on YouTube or whatever, and it's definitely not something you find in like a $97 course or something like that. So for the different modules, all of them has really helped me so much. Okay, so I just moved location to sit a little bit more comfortable, and I think I was talking about inbound and outbound strategies. I just want to say that of course these strategies with both inbound and outbound is really meant to at some point be outsourced and like fully automated, so you or me as the business owner doesn't have to do that, because of course it takes a lot of time, but we have to do it ourselves in the beginning to actually find a proven system that works. Then when we have that, we can always outsource it and fully automate it, so we never have to think about it ever again, but it just comes in automatically every single day. So that is also something that you learn on how to do in this program, which I think is really cool, because everything you learn in this program is meant to at some point be outsourced. We as the owner doesn't have to do everything forever, because of course we don't want to do that. Most of us want to eventually remove ourselves completely from the business, so therefore it's really important that we get these kind of strategies and systems in place so that we shouldn't be the one doing all of those things forever. And I also want to talk about the learning experience in general. I feel like the whole program and the setup and everything is pretty easy to navigate in. It's pretty easy to understand. But of course, if I have any questions, of course I have had some questions, then I can always go to the weekly coaching calls, Q&As, etc., to get them answered. So there's no confusion or anything. And also if there's anything in my business that are not going as I want it to be, then I can always bring that to the calls as well and get it sorted, because they always have answers on how to solve problems, which is of course really helpful because they have a lot more knowledge than I have. So I just want to quickly mention a real life example. As you might know already, I think I already mentioned it in this video, but in September, October, I had 36 sales calls and I didn't close a single one of them, which was really frustrating. But what I did was I went to their weekly sales calls. They have both a sales call and a sales review call where you can actually bring your calls, the recording of it, and get it reviewed and get feedback right away. So I basically went to all of those calls every single week and I kept on getting feedback. I kept on asking questions for anything that I felt like I needed some answers on to get even better at sales. And that helped me so much. So actually at a point I was able to kind of quit my losing streak, and actually I ended up closing 4 deals in just 1 week, which was pretty insane, and I was really happy about that because of course it's not very nice to have 36 sales calls and not be able to close any of them. But I also just want to tell you, if you get into a streak like that, just keep on going. You really don't have to change up a lot of strategies. We just have to keep staying consistent and not change too many things because we get frustrated. And all in all, I would also say that since we bought the program back in August, it has been such a journey for us. If we hadn't bought it, because I definitely think that we would have been able to grow without it, because it was actually going pretty okay for us. Consider that we started back in March and we were able to get clients on our own and able to get meetings on our own too, but we also just realized that we were needing something to make us able to get to our goal faster, and also just get more systems in place and everything to be able to get better service delivery and make sure that our whole systems and that our appointment booking and everything was a lot more predictable and scalable. Because, well, if the systems are lacking a little bit, it's not scalable at all, and it's just gonna be a total mess when you're gonna try and outsource it and all of that. So I couldn't be happier for having bought this program, even though it is of course kind of a lot of money, but not really taking into consideration the value of it. So I definitely think the value lives up 110% to what I thought. I didn't really have any expectations, but I was so positively surprised when we bought the program and got into it and got to go through all the modules and trainings and everything. And I must say that I think 99% of people who actually buys this program ends up being extremely happy for having done so. And the owners of this program is also really transparent. This is not something that comes overnight. So the program kind of runs for 6 months, I think, where you have access to all the modules and everything like that, and you can go through it, you can attend the weekly calls and all of that stuff. And you really have to dedicate a lot of time and work into making this work, because of course you can buy the program and you can buy every kind of program in the world, but if you don't work for it and if you don't apply all the strategies, you're not gonna get anywhere with it anyway. So that was also something that we was really aware of when we first bought it, that we would buy this and really put 110% work into it and really work towards making it work, if that makes sense. And as I've mentioned before, I have tried to buy a program before, but not a program like this at all. That was kind of like a $97 program that was more like a beginner's guide to how to start SMMA and all of that. And it was also helpful, but it was so messy, and it was kind of like the same info that I would be able to find on YouTube. Like, it was not something special, so I was kind of disappointed, because also the support from the program was very poor. When I compare it to the support that I'm able to get from this program, it's insane. Like, I truly feel that it's kind of a one-on-one coaching, because whenever I attend coaching calls or anything like that, I really get a one-to-one experience, even though there's of course other people on the call, but they are so great in taking their time to review my question and really make sure that they answer it well enough for me to, you know, get a good answer. And I must must also say that I have had kind of a lot of challenges since I bought this course, but of course not because of the course. Kind of like maybe because honestly the course is really trying to make us implement a lot of strategies that I didn't even knew existed. So that has brought up some challenges, but not something like serious. It has been for a good reason. Throughout this whole program and when I've gone through all the modules and also when I've implemented all of the strategies, there has of course been a lot of challenges. So I just want to mention one for like personal reference. First of all, there was the challenge with the sales calls where I got frustrated because I felt like I wasn't able to close and all of that. Now we're kind of at the point where our biggest struggle is honestly service delivery, because we are struggling so much with hiring. I can't even explain how many people I've hired as appointment setters for my business, and all of them kind of failed. Like I hired one and I thought she was really good, her English was perfect, and she was even European and everything. So I really thought, okay, this is gonna be good. But then she kind of got started just a little bit with the appointment setting, and then one day after I never heard from her again and she just totally ghosted me. And then I also had another appointment setter that was just awful, and then I had another one who was actually amazing at jobs. She booked so many appointments and she was able to earn so much money in like no time because she was that good. But she was kind of just running her own show, which was really frustrating for us because we have built out SOPs, standard operating procedures, that they have to follow. You know, we have made them because we know that that is what works the best and it needs to be followed. You know, that's just pretty simple, but she couldn't follow it. She just wanted to do everything on her own and she wanted to work whenever she felt like it. So that meant, as an example, there were 4 days, like Monday to Thursday, where she just didn't feel like working. So she just didn't. She was like, oh, but I'm taking some days off. And we were like, okay, but if you need to take days off, you need to tell us, because she was doing appointment setting for our clients. The fact that she didn't show up to do her job for 4 days meant that we probably lost so many potential appointments for our clients, meaning that our service delivery was awful that whole week. Then after that, I talked to her about it and then she wanted to quit because it was too much for her. She basically didn't like to be controlled, I think, and it has just been such a mess. Like then I hired another one, also a completely fail. Then I hired another one and she's still in the company, luckily, and she's doing really great and everything is good. And right now I'm also onboarding another appointment setter for clients and I hope it's gonna go well. Then I've also hired appointment setters for DM Sorcery to get me more meetings, and that has also been kind of a chaos because they also quit here and there because their pay is actually okay. They're getting commission payment, but I don't know, something's lacking and we're gonna have to figure that out really soon because it's so important that the service delivery is top notch. It has to be, it really has to be, and like we're getting there, but we are needing a lot still right now to really get it on point. And the same applies for appointment setting for ourselves. So we need to hire more people to actually do DM Sorcery for us and basically book appointments on our behalf so I can get more sales calls and get more clients. So that is really where we are right now, and that is also something this program helps with so much. Like honestly, I'm not saying this because I'm getting paid or anything. I'm really not. It's my totally honest review, and it's just because I feel like this course has been life-changing for me. So if it means that I can share this video and hopefully inspire some other marketing agency owners, consultants or coaches, anything like that, who could also benefit from this course, I would totally recommend it because it has been a life changer for me. Because if I hadn't bought it, it would take me so much longer to get to my goal, and it would also be such a mess because this actually allows me to get systems in place in no time. It allows me to get 24 hours support, I would nearly say, every single day, every single week, whenever I need it, and it's so helpful. So all in all, to give you my final recommendations of this course, I'm just gonna mention once again, the course is called EasyGrow by Charlie Morgan. He is the face outward, so you can find him on YouTube, Instagram, all of those stuff. So definitely go and check it out. Schedule a free call with them to get to learn more about what it's all about and if it's the right fit for you. What you can learn, just to sum it up, I don't know if I'm the best person to ask because of course I haven't made the program, but I'm in it and I'm working on it every single day. So what you can learn from this program is all sorts of strategies, proven strategies to get more appointments and meetings for yourself and your business. It's how to improve your service delivery. It's how to improve your sales skills and actually be able to close the appointments that you are getting. You learn how to get all types of systems in place so that your business is just running so much more smooth. It also learns you how to do paid strategies for actually booking meetings for yourself via paid methods such as advertising, and it also helps to actually make you better at service delivery so you can actually keep the clients that you get for so much longer and just get a better business overall. Honestly, when I sat down to make this video, I wrote down like pros and cons, but there was not really any cons about it because I feel like there is so much value in this course, and if I could, I would totally be honest with you guys and say if there is anything that I didn't really like about the course, but I can't honestly think of anything. So I'm not lying when I say to you that it's the best decision of my life. I think you understand it at this point. I'm just really grateful for taking that decision for myself, for my business, and for my future. And again, what you can also get out of the course is all of those weekly, daily live Q&A calls and trainings where you can ask questions and everything. Really, really helpful. Overall, it's a 10 out of 10 recommendation. I can't recommend it enough. And if you are wondering if you should book a call with them or anything, please do it. You have nothing to lose, only things to gain from this. I know this is not sponsored or anything, even though it really does sound like it, but I'm really just hoping that with this video I can inspire some people to go ahead and make an investment, as I have done for myself, to really boost your business and get so many systems in place and be able to grow so much faster. And as always, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that if you have any future video ideas for me to implement, please write them in the comment down below and make sure to like and subscribe for even more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.